Here's how to play Jesus Doesn't Want Me for a Sunbeam. It was off the New York Unplugged album. It wasn't actually a Nirvana song, they were covering a Vaselines song. So first open up this tab, it's helpful. And the intro, you could play the single notes like this, it sounds okay. You could do that, it sounds pretty good. One thing though, the tuning for most of this album, I think on a couple songs they use a capo, but the open tuning is tuned down a half step. So let me just show this real fast, because if you're a more advanced guitarist, this is obvious stuff, but I remember being real confused by it when I was starting out. So you can get this app called ClearTune. Top string is to be E flat instead of E. Then B flat instead of B. G flat. It says F sharp, but that's the same thing as G flat. C sharp or D flat for the D string. A flat. E flat. So tuning down a half step can be kind of annoying sometimes to get into that, because if it's down a whole step, you can use the guitar real quick to tune down there, but it does make it easier to sing over it for a lot of people, so that's partly why they do it, and it makes it a little darker. Like the mood is a little darker usually if you tune down. So make sure you pull up this tab. So the first thing you can do is learn this intro. So 0 0 4 2 0 3 3 0 3 2 2 2. I think there's another 2 2 3 2 2 2. So pull up the tab, it'll make it really easy to learn that. Just try to play along. I think I've heard this song so many times, like I hear it in my head a certain way, so I think there's an extra 2 there. But what I think is cooler to do though than just play it like that is look underneath the intro. It says what the chords are. It's going to be E. So bow, 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 and then D. Bow, 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 do, do, A. Bow, 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 A again. So what you can do is play E major like this. This is going to be too hard to make the stretch unless you're good at stretching. So what I would recommend is put your middle finger here on 2 and mute the A string out, which is pretty easy to do. Just let it touch the A string, and then you put your first finger here on 1. So we have an E major chord, 2 1 0 0, and we're going to hit the E in the bass. Then you can play it like this. You can go. So you stretch, you go strum all the way up to the top. Pinky stretches to 4. It's better to do an up strum to really hear that note. And then up strum here. Oops. And then this finger goes to 2. And then off to 0. So it should be like. Up strums sort of sound better. I don't think I'm doing all up strums though. The next chord you want to do D sus2, and actually through this song D major doesn't sound right. D sus2 sounds better. So you pretend you're going to do D major 0 2 3 2. You lift up your middle finger and you go. So here you have to have some pick control because we need to hear this 3. So you don't want to hit the top string those first 2 times. You just want to go. Then you strum all the way to the top, and then only to that 3rd fret. So, and actually the last 2, I don't strum the whole chord, because it sounds too much like a major 7. You just want to hit that 2nd fret. So, and then we're switching to A. And here you also have to have pick control, only to go up to 2, the first 2 strums. Then you got to add your ring finger or middle finger on the 3rd fret. So this is a good way to do A major. 0 2 2 2. So it should sound like this. hard for me to strum like that. If you put your hand back here, it makes it easier to have control. It sounds really cool for the intro. When the chords start, the chords for the song are super easy. Just E major, D sus2. So if you're looking at the chord chart, play D sus2 and just lift your middle finger up. And then A, you can either do it however you want, but you're going to have to sus it out to sus4. So I actually never use this A, except sometimes when I'm going from D sus2 to this. It's the only time I really like this form of A. Normally I either do this or this. This is more comfortable than trying to get that top string open and doing it like that. So we got E, D sus2, A sus4, A. That's pretty much the whole song, except the chorus, I guess you would call it, is just E. So when he says, "Don't expect me to cry," it's just E. And D sus2 again. You could do this, it's just, I hear E on top. So E, D sus2. And then at the end of the song, so that's the whole song, it's super easy. It pretty much has the same thing as the intro, where you can do it. At the very end, there's a little difference. You'll see 5/5. So when you're going through, you go D. And A like this. This is a pretty common shape. You bar 2 2 2, and you put your pinky on 5. You end on A, so it's like. I had the second fret there for some reason. I don't know if that note's just maybe in the vocal melody. That's what I hear, but I think that's what they're trying to get it to do. But sometimes you can just add extra notes. And the key of the song is A. So that's it. It's a pretty awesome song. I always really like this one. If anyone has any questions, like this can be kind of hard to figure stuff like this out. But it's totally worthwhile to do. Because being able to start picking out like vocal melodies sounds really cool to spice up your chords. So that's it. If anyone has any questions, just leave a comment. Bye.